All right, and welcome back to Hockey Three. Game 3.
Zach, try. It's game 3. You
Who's
could
Zach?
toss game 1. Zach is the champion.
Yeah.
I was just making,
Yeah, I
Zach.
got you.
Like, what do you think about Zach, the champion?
He's pretty cool.
So you could
I like his
toss
name.
game 1. Stop talking about Zach. You could toss game 1 out the window. You could toss game 2 out the window. It is now a best of 1. The winner of this improves to a 2-1 record, taking that second place. And we see a 5-point start here. Both junglers on the top half of the map.
Kaisa just she got that ward out and hanging out in her jungle in safety because it seems like Rakan was late to the party. So let's take a look here. So now we are seeing...
Wait, it's Jenga. It's a literal challenger now. That was... I never got his name right. It was a very long name. Wakshawish.
Oh, yeah, that's why I'm
Last game?
confused. So do we see... we see two different top... We see a different top laner from McMaster as well as Glacial. So...
Okay, well...
Okay, so which team had to swap out? Glacial had to swap out their top laner. AO Django was on the roster for McMaster
Yeah,
as
he was
well.
playing last week.
So he is back now, and we've got a totally new matchup in the top lane. So this is gonna get spicy.
That changes everything. I just think the Camille is gonna find the angles here and end up getting Triforce and being a potent split threat in this that they're gonna have to deal with. If the Urgot holds his ground, then I'll still say what I said and say he could get ahead, but I think it's gonna be difficult against Django. And it's really, really exciting. Here we go. So the first E will miss for the Urgot. It's exciting seeing Django on this Camille. Remember, he was playing like Alawi and Nasus.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Okay, now I remember.
So
yeah.
he loves the split.
Oh, that Nasus was dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to see what AO Django can pull off on this Camille. We're now seeing him on a much higher skill cap and more like playmaking champion. So and here
Venerated
comes the
was
pause.
like, guys, pause. Something's wrong about my lane. Nice trade back, Coach Coleman here.
That's what I like to see from this Galio, but
Wait
watch
a
out,
second.
here comes Sekiro. Oh, hold
Oh,
up,
it's
watch
because
out,
of
here comes Kindred. Is this going to be a brawl right here already?
It's 2v2.
Oh, he
it's
gets
mid-jungle
hit.
2v2, but he gets bopped away by the Poppy denial. But the flash in from the Kindred, what happens with that jungle? It's fight on all 3 fronts.
Oh
AO
my god, and here
Django
comes the Camille. Is she
getting
going to
the
get this
best
kill already? I think she might
She has
chase this
fleet
man
footwork.
down.
She has fleet footwork.
Chase this man.
Well, the threat of Kindred. Okay, so the mid-jungle 2v2 is actually diffused, no kills. So I think Camille couldn't chase.
We already saw the Poppy doing it.
Yeah,
That Poppy denial on the Galio E is what saved her life and denied that entire play. Otherwise, that would have been a kill for Glacial Esports.
And you know what, Ty? I'm realizing now we failed to track the junglers in the early game and see that 2v2 actually coming. Because after the nice Galio trade, he walked straight up into the enemy jungle. Why was that?
Yeah,
The
so
Kindred
let's,
engage.
as you're saying this now, we see Kindred going back for that red buff again, but McMasters is aware, and they're sending all 3 members. Kindred just making his way out now.
And I don't think Kindred got it because he's still at 16.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
Meaning he'll have to walk away. He's showing now mid so they can kind of keep tabs on this Kindred for a little while. And so what I think is I don't think Django's gonna hookshot trade at the wrong time into the Urgot. I don't think the interaction where Urgot flips Django out of the E is gonna happen. We'll have to see. Camille, you know,
Why do you think that?
because you just
Oh, look at that damage.
there's the passive shield from the Camille. She still has hookshot, but she can opt to just walk away. I just think a high level Camille player like already knows that not to E in the Urgot while he has his E up.
Good point.
I wasn't sure if
Like, we didn't realize who the Camille was at the point when we were talking about that.
So
but
there
now,
is the E landing
here
and a
comes the
tower
third
shot.
Oh, that was really close for Wissa there.
Oh,
Is
and
that
there's
correct?
a stun here from the Poppy. Pins the Kindred to the wall, and we'll get first blood. That's a pretty good start. But it's Rakan first on the roam. He will get to Sekiro, and Coach Como will trade back. We're looking at a 3v3 right now of Zillion.
Is this fight going to continue? Look at OBS kind of below them. Okay, that's just going to defuse here. I thought maybe there's a potential that they get the 3-man versus the McMaster bot lane, but OBS just going to head back to lane, or actually reset now. Probably a good time to reset. Rakan is still in base. Rakan may be heading where? What is Rakan's plans right here?
Yeah, this is we're gonna see this more and more. If there's ever a play that like diffuses in the bot lane, like even if you get killed as a support, you could while the AD, so the wave is bouncing back to the AD. Your AD can 1v2, just collect the wave under
Oh,
turret.
we see it happening right here. Rakan setting it up for a kill on the Zillion here, and they're still going to get this pretty easily, I think. Who's the kill going to go over to?
They want to give it to Kindred, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, pretty obvious out of these three. They let the Kindred go ahead and auto down. Popang is on the board, and will take down Venerated here in the mid lane due to a nice Rakan roam. So what I was saying is, if a wave is bouncing near AD, you can assume they can 1v2, catch the wave under turret, at least get the XP. You can send your support up, and that man advantage is so unpredictable. You can look for a play like Sly Lego did here.
Oh, Sekiro getting the knockback into the tower, but unfortunately, Coach Koma did not have the tower aggro there. If he did, it would have been the kill.
And now we see how Seraphine is walking up through the mid lane. So now both supports have ditched their ADs. This is a trend that you'll see more and more of in this league as players are adopting this new principle, and it's basically just to roam your support. Like sometimes, some games after 5 minutes, supports run straight down mid and go to like wherever action is. And I think it evolved from the 8-minute Herald play was send your support at Herald 8 minutes. That has turned into like just set
Like
your
that's
support
meta now.
up. I mean, the meta, yeah, I think a trend is a better way to put it than to say the meta, because it's, you know, it's costs and rewards too. Like, you pay a price for sending your support through mid lane at every recall.
But if you play it right, how much does it really cost you? So Rakan went mid during that, but we still see Kaisa here only down 3 farm. Is that due to missing CS on Ezreal, or just really well methodical timing for Rakan to make that roam at the right time and be back in lane with Kaisa when he's needed?
Yeah, I think it's good timing. As long as the wave's coming to the Kaisa, the Rakan can roam. If the wave is bouncing away from Kaisa, then Rakan probably needs to be there, and at least Rakan. And that's the situation right now. So Blue Wave is pushing away from Glacial. They need the Rakan here, otherwise Red could freeze, and Kaisa can't walk up to the wave 2v1. That's kind of how it would play out. So Rakan, what he wants to do now is kill this red wave, get blue wave under turret, and then he can look for another roam.
Yeah, and and due to that play, Kaisa getting a little bit of solo XP, so OBS is already level 6, and maybe that's going to turn into a good setup in lane here, but not enough DPS really.
Kaisa could surprise you. She gets a nice chunk on the Seraphine there, but now
yeah, if she gets all 5 stacks, you can always set it up. 3 autos and a W can do some pretty large burst damage.
And Glacial is taking Herald right now as first Drake went over to McMasters. I don't think we've covered everything that's happened in this game, because I didn't
There's a lot going on already early in this game. So there's the knock-up. Is she going to ult here? Yes, she is, and that's the kill.
Nice.
Unfortunately, it goes over to Sly Lego.
Oh, the advance from Eager.
Let's see who can take this home here. Oh, one more auto. There it is, and another kill for the bot lane here.
On Kaisa, that was really well played. And we see another 2v2 in the mid lane. Here goes the Kindred and the Galio dealing with the Poppy. The Galio will flash over to try and taunt the Poppy, but the top Poppy has an undying of his own. Now it's a 2v1. The Zillion with double buff just peppering this Galio as he walks away. This could be another kill.
And that is the kill for Sekiro on Coach Koma. Let's take a look at that fight in the mid lane, because it was really up in the air of who that was going to go for, because it was just back and forth.
So what's so interesting about this Oh, never mind. What's really interesting about that 2v2 is Kindred has an undying mechanic, and Zillion on the other end does. So they get the Kindred ulti, but then they kill the Poppy, but then the Poppy gets undying from the Zillion. Really, really interesting. And we've seen these 4 guys, Popang and Koma, up against Venerated and Sekiro game after game. They are 2v2ing in the mid. It's so beautiful to watch. And we see Poppy coming out on top, almost
doing that crazy shit we were talking about.
A sun. Wait, let me think of my components here. That's gonna be a Triforce on the Poppy.
Okay, spicy.
I think if you get Kindle Gem Sheen, yeah, because
yeah, definitely.
Yep, because you would be getting Phage otherwise. Camille just not able to finish her Triforce. And you see how the Camille's even with the Urgot and working on Triforce? I just think this is how you play it as Camille. You chill. 1 item, maybe you could take a look at the Urgot. But 2 items, definitely you could start.
Yeah, and she's already got the solo kill on him, so pretty tied up in farm, but she does have the advantage with that kill, and I think, like you said, as she kind of scales and picks up those items, she's going to be able to kill him easier and easier, and we see a big play happening here. It's going to be a 3v1 on this Urgot, and there is no way he is going to survive this.
Yep, you want to give this to Camille. Venerated will take that, but a nice 3v1 roam up play. We see Kindred in. This is their answer. Kindred's in the enemy blue jungle quadrant here, looking for a possible 2v2. A nice knockup.
And here comes the TP.
A double charm. TPs are coming in.
Oh,
Galio,
just one more auto. Oh, the Galio ulti.
Koma goes boom. And here's a 4v2 dive. The Galio taunt will hit both, but the Zillion res is going to come in on
and they're going to knock him up.
Tower shots are hitting members, but the aggro is jungle, and that's a 2 for...
That's a 1 for 3.
3 for 1 on the dive, but Sekiro has something to say about it as he comes back, slams the hammer down on the Kindred, making it a 3 for 2 at the end of the day.
Wow, that was a well-played tower dive, and to get through the Zillion ulti as well and only lose 1 member was great playmaking by them. Unfortunately, Sekiro coming down the river to pick up Popang as he's trying to get out of that dive and making it a 2 for 3, but still good plays for Glacial Esports, and now the game is tied up. 7 kills to 7 kills, and only about a 1K gold lead for Glacial Esports.
And this is what you want to see when you see a game 3 of this
neck and neck.
Yeah. Yeah, 7 to 7 kills. We saw Camille with the easy setup on the Urgot. Not much he could do to get away if he doesn't have flash. But then the response play from the 4-man unit of Glacial said, okay, you're going to send 3 top for our Urgot. We're just going to tower dive you through Zillion, through Ezreal, and they eventually get a positive trade. But across the entire map, it's actually a 3 for 3 if you look back at the entire play. So really interesting stuff. We see Red Team here, McMaster's University, prioritizing this Drake number 2. And this is a trend now. It's very clear. Glacial opting the trade away from Drake. They will go ahead and take, I believe, first tower of the game. That's some nice bonus gold. Well, it should go down because they're
they'll still get it, I think.
It'll go down. So yeah, giving Drake number 2 to take first turret. We see Glacial trading away from Drake and
something we've seen in the League Saturday series as well is so far we've seen a lot of teams giving up these early Drakes, and then when it comes down to Soul, that's when they are there ready to defend, and we've seen a lot of crazy turns on plays like that. A team with 3 dragons losing a big fight, and a team just closing it out even though it looks like they have the advantage. So, you know, giving up these 2 Drakes, yeah, it looks good for McMasters, but we've seen it time and time again this season. That does not mean too much in the sense of the game. Like you have stated earlier in game 1, I think you said the game could turn on the drop of a dime, regardless of how many Drakes you have. Again, the skill or the gold is only 2K over for Glacial Esports and tied up in kills. So we'll see how impactful those dragons are. But as long as Glacial Esports gets back on this, you know, vision control and objective control, I think they will be okay.
Definitely. And I think the idea behind the trading away from Drake is this. Drake takes an investment from a team to get, but then gives you almost nothing. Like they probably get like 6 to 8 armor from that, armor and MR from not even that, from Mountain. It's like some small percentage. As we see a possible 2v1. I'm not sure if Urgot is lost or if he's going to turn this and suck the Poppy in and kill her. But wait, the Zillion res!
Oh, but here comes Kindred, so they can maybe do something here. Kindred does
Kindred's
have ulti.
going deep. She's going to have to drop lanes.
Oh, and he gets it.
Poppy runs away. Poppy could have ran at the Kindred.
Here's Galio. They need to be careful. They could definitely pick up Popeng here, so they need to watch out for this Seraphine ulti.
So if you're Poppy there, you need to charge at Kindred because you know she's going to Lambs her Spite herself. You can actually you can harbor in that and find some safety in the enemy Kindred's ulti. But Poppy runs away, meaning Kindred can kill her outside of ulti and hop away. I'm not sure if Kindred dropped there.
He did not. He got away safely. It was very close, but I think that was a 1-0 for Glacial Esports.
And I thought Urgot was lost because
Me too.
Low-key looked like he was just 1v2 in the middle of the lane, but he turned
Little
it
did
back.
we know that man is a beefy boy, and he got the execute with the ultimate, popping the Undying from Zillion. So, you know, pretty clutch. Kindred making it there. Perfect timing to still pick up that kill. Undying of their own and getting out scot-free.
Yeah, it's so fun watching the interactions of the Urgot execute, but then the Zillion res makes fights really interesting. There's so much to think about. How could you process all that if you're these players in this game? It's just really difficult.
It does. It takes a lot of APM to, you know, be thinking of all these things as they go into the fight. What cooldowns are up? Does so-and-so have ulti? And we see another play coming out here. They take down Wissa pretty easily.
Yeah, he goes down for free. There's still Hextech Ultimatum. We see the Seraphine ult miss. There was no Camille ulti there. They might be...
I think they decided, you know, we don't need it and save it for if anything breaks out as we chase.
Here's the answer. It's going to be Glacial Esports right up the gut. Fullback rush. We see Herald here is going to be a bit of a distraction, but it's a minute 16 till Drake, so you would assume McMasters can deal with this Herald and actually recoup and get to Drake in time. So I have to see how this setup looks. But it's quite obvious Glacial Esports with control of this blue quadrant. That's what you want to be in.
Yep, that's exactly what we were talking about in the games before. They fixed it in Game 2. Be prepared for those dragons early enough that you can have vision control and you're not walking into your own death. So here they're resetting, Dragon up in 45. Do they have enough control of the river to get back in time without the members of McMaster setting up? So it looks like we're seeing a reset here from Seraphine as well.
So if you create Fog of War in the enemy's jungle, they need to take time to lock arms and walk through.
And
they need
they
need to kill wards. So if you get Fog and then reset, you will be there first again. It's you would keep the tempo as long as your reset
makes sense.
As long as you're not like messing around on your reset too hard. You make it Fog, reset, you got fresh wards, fresh sweepers, cooldowns and everything. You go back and you're actually first again. So we see now Rakan goes in with the sweeper. He knows that they went in and put some shallow wards in.
Oh,
So
he needs to be careful. He got landed with one bomb and the other did not hit, so he gets out safely. But they definitely have control of Dragon here. Will they get it for free? Galio does have TP and ulti as well as Wassa has TP. Oh, but he's already there. So going to be a free Ocean Drake for Glacial Esports. So, you know, next Dragon they could tie it up here. They just need to be aware of these objective timers.
And I'm curious as to the call of McMasters. I'm not questioning the give Drake call. I just want to know like what exactly they were talking about. Is it Camille would rather the map be split at this stage in the game? She doesn't want a team fight. Are there cooldowns down that need to be up? I'm not sure, but great job by Glacial. I think it was just the setup was too good.
I think so too.
Like the setup actually by Glacial was just too good.
You know, I wonder if they were listening during Game 1 and they knew that we were criticizing their objective control, because they've really tightened up in this game as well as the last game, and it worked out for them well.
Lots to learn when you watch these teams go at it. Camille working on item number 2. I take that back about Poppy. That is a Divine Sunder on the Poppy going into a tankier, bruiserier build. I thought, because I don't, well, I do build these items, but I thought that if you bought Ruby, Crystal, Sheen, you had to go into Try, but
I wonder if that's what he was looking at, but those 2 opening items leave you options to build into other things.
Yeah,
or
I
if
think
that was
you must be able to build those 2 into Sunder, I think. No. Like, is there a Phage in center? It has to.
I don't know. I don't
think
build
it's
it. I don't
Sheen.
play champions that use it.
Or
So.
Kindle Gem, I mean. Sheen, it must be Sheen, Phage, Kindle Gem. It's okay. Very
Yeah, I'm
small.
still grasping the new items. I haven't done my due diligence to study what is what. It's all based off of personal experience so far, and I don't necessarily play those types of champions.
Either way, we have a fairly even bout in this game 3. Tension getting high. Obs here, no Garen to worry about, but this time it's a Camille. And we got a face check here. Glacial Esports with control of the quadrant, but there's that Seraphine ulti. That thing is devastating. The Kaisa goes in face first, gets exhausted, and has to dip right out. That's Kaisa, no
Everybody
flash.
just making it out here. Is AO, it's Django going to go for this kill. Oh, watch out. What is he doing? The way overstep here. Going to give a kill over to Coma maybe. Yes, and
he does.
Coach Coma taking down Camille here. Django just making a very, very aggressive dive. I'm not so sure about that. I think he had a much different idea in his head, or a vision in his head of how that was going to play out. So that means Baron over to Glacial Esports.
Yep. Even the best Camille players out there will still not.
Oh, Galio just running in full speed.
Yeah, Galio with, what was that, TP speed or Nimbus Cloak?
TP
But wait,
speed.
it's Baron going over to, I believe it's going to be Glacial Esports because Popang. But wait a second, that's McMasters. Oh, yeah, it is Popang. Sorry, I thought that was McMasters on the steal, but the fight breaks out. It's Galio ulti going onto the Kindred. Kindred doing plenty of DPS. It's front to back. They're going to go Poppy first.
Oh,
Poppy
they need to be
gets
careful
the
when this
Zillion
Poppy
ulti.
comes up. They're all bunched up here,
Watch
and they're pretty
Jaeger.
low.
Watch Jaeger on Ezreal here. It's a really nice angle for him.
Oh,
He's
no!
going forward. The Camille's here. That shutdown
And
after
that-
shutdown.
Oh, man, and that is the Baron. Say goodbye to the buff, because that fight did not go into your favor. The TP from the Camille, the respawn timers were not long enough to take the fight after you took the Baron. They needed to get out. Once they popped the Zillion ult on Sekiro, they should have just left because they were all too low, and it just gave them enough time for Camille to get there with the TP, and that is really, really bad for Glacial Esports. Losing the Baron, losing mid, and giving up some kills over to Camille as well as Ezreal, if I'm not mistaken. He picked up one there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's the Camille TP. So because Camille still has TP, the Baron is the right play, but you need to kill it and get out
leave. Yeah.
immediately because of the threat of that Camille TP. She can TP to anywhere in the map and Spider-Man her way onto your backline. Not to mention Ezreal was relatively unthreatened there, and Camille wins this. But there's a TP.
Oh,
Kaisa
no.
look for the 2v1. Obs pressuring, but there's the hook shot. Can create a lot of space. Urgot not the best champion to chase after Camille here.
What is
Let's
this?
see.
Urgot says, I don't
Get
care. I'm
flashed.
getting you anyway.
Oh, but he lands the R. I wonder if she'll tick down and go, but here's Venerated. We'll have to self-ulti on Zillion. The Seraphine ulti hits, and the pop stun will come in as well, forcing the Kindred ulti, but there's so much undying here. People just don't die in these mid-skirmishes.
I know, it's so crazy. I really want to take a look at this in a second. We'll wait until things clear up here in the mid. I don't want to miss a fight. So, I mean, look at the way this fight plays out for them in the mid lane. It's like people are just barely surviving here, and people are getting away with these fights like 0-0 that look like kills. I mean, right here again, Poppy knocks up Sekiro here into the wall, and it looks like a kill, but he drops the ulti, and now everyone just gets away with the cost of some Kindred ult and Zillion ult, and it's just wild to see them play out like that.
It really is wild to see a Zillion ult traded for a Kindred ult with no kill at the end, but we see it's possible 5v5. The focus is on Popang. He
And what
will
do you know?
drop. Here's the 1v1. Camille finally wins that over. Sekiro is looking for Drake. He will secure it for McMasters.
Coach Coma maybe looking to go down to Django here as well. Now he's got the ulti on him. I don't think Coma is going to be able to get out of this. The damage from Django is too big. So that is an unofficial double kill for Django. Well, the rest of his team was securing the dragon there. So Drake did go over to McMaster.
Trinity Force, Ravenous Hydra on Camille try. That is the point where you start popping off on this champion 2v1ing, just assassinating people across the screen. And great job by Sekiro and the gang from McMasters University to get control of that Drake pit and win out in that situation.
And
They're
it does
looking
break
at
base.
Oh, here comes the Rakan flash. A pretty big knockup. Where's the damage? It's
There is no damage. Oh my god.
Kindred zoned away. Well, they defend their inhibitor. I was getting ready to say it's going to be inhib down into possible soul setup or if they want to play for Baron, it's 24. They're going to play for Baron. That's in 230. So some vision control and some jungle clearing on their way out here. McMaster's University in the driver's seat with the Camille with 2 items and the 4-man unit with plenty of answers. Here comes the Rakan engage, followed up by McMaster. That's an absolute one-shot. KVB going down. Looking at objective timers, though, what can Glacial do with this? They can't run to Baron. It's not up for 2 minutes. They can't
I think they're just going to try and get this mid tower. It's looking pretty easy. So they're going to take that and then maybe look to get control of vision around the jungle.
Brawl,
look for a pick.
Camille's looking for out-of-position targets that are making mistakes in these rotations.
Yeah, she needs to be careful, though, because they are playing fairly close-knit. So if she looks for a play over the wall on an unsuspecting bystander, she may make a play where she jumps over and surprise, here's the whole team, and now you're in trouble.
Yeah, and the game with Camille is I think you just want a 1v1 situation. You know, Urgot and Camille on the side lane with the TP flank potential. That is where that champion gets the most value in these games. So we're gonna see AO Django probably constantly pressure this side lane opposite of Baron, right? Baron's up in just over a minute, and Django's TP will be up in that time. So it's all about the 4-1 split for McMasters and what Glacial can do about it.
Yeah, I think Glacial currently has some decent vision up near the Baron pit, so as long as they can handle some of these waves and then get vision control, like retake that vision control like you were saying, then they'll be all right.
Oh, we see an engage here. There goes the Kindred ultimate is down. It's McMaster University. Jaeger will take out Rakan. It's a full-on advance. There's the poppy tackle, the stun. Venerated takes out Kaisa, and it's a full team wipe.
That is going to be game. We got 40-second timers on 4 members. There's no way Urgot is going to be able to stop this push, and this is going to be a Game 3 going over to McMaster University, and they are going to take the set.
They are. That's McMaster University winning and advancing to 2-1 in the LSS, putting themselves in unofficial 2nd place as the ribbon is tied on top.
And we got Sekiro again with the run it into base, and would that not be unfortunate if somehow...
A bit of fountain diving to celebrate, you know what I'm saying?
Wow. That's what we were talking about. On the drop of a dime, just one fight, ending the game there. They did have the base open, but you know there wasn't much defending it once they got that down.
Here's the Camille flank we were talking about. If she gets this angle,